Hello and welcome to Productivity Nerd, a podcast all about getting shit done, hopefully in an elegant way that doesn't leave you too broken. In our crazy worlds, we're all about balancing the need to work enough to make ends meet, enough not to annoy our bosses, but also enough that we feel like we've done enough, which can be a whole different psychological and emotional ballgame, along with the human need to rest and stay well. Plus, on top of that, we'd quite like to enjoy ourselves, maybe just a little bit along the way, spending quality time with those we love. I, for one, love hearing about how people get that balance and work more efficiently so they have more time to do the things that they love. Hi, and welcome to Productivity Nerd. It's great to have you here. This is a very mini pod today. But let me set the scene. So it's 10 p.m, 9 p.m. for me because I'm the worst. And you've just finished an episode of your favourite Netflix binge. And you think, I should go to bed. Say it out loud to yourself, to the dog, to your partner. But I really need to know if Sadie is going to fire Josh, her very own husband. So I'm just going to do 5 minutes of the next one, just to see if that happens. And then all of a sudden, it's 11:30. You're absolutely knackered. You're still on the sofa. And you're really tired and you're cursing the person who wrote that episode of Netflix. And it kept cliffhangering you, if that's a word, all flipping evening. Because you, my friend, have just been a victim of the Zeigarnik Effect. Yep, today we are diving into something with a slightly tricky name, which has taken me 4 attempts to pronounce so far. Despite the name, surprisingly impactful. The Zeigarnik Effect. I know it sounds like a new IKEA wardrobe, but it's actually a psychological phenomenon that can explain why your brain won't shut up at 2 o'clock about that one email you forgot to send. So what is it? So the Zeigarnik Effect, which I'm 17 attempts later actually able to pronounce, it's named after the psychologist Bluma Zeigarnik, and it's the tendency for our brains to hold on to unfinished tasks more than we do completed ones. Basically, your brain sets up a little internal alert for anything that's open-ended, unresolved, or half done. It's like your sort of mental tab manager, and it's got all of them open at the same time. So this explains why that half-written report nags at you more than the 10 you've already done, why you suddenly remember that the dentist form you forgot to fill in right as you try to relax, and why making a to-do list can feel weirdly soothing. Because here's the kicker, the Zeigarnik Effect doesn't just care about tasks that are done, it also chills out when you've planned the next step. So that's why writing it down or deciding I'll deal with this tomorrow at 10 o'clock can actually relieve that mental tension, the specificity of it. So what can we do with this useful bit of knowledge and poor pronunciation that we have just learned with Zeigarnik? Oh my God, it's gone again. The Zeigarnik. I just have a grip on it. Goes. Anyway, what can we do about it? So number one, we can externalize the open loops. So if you've got a task boing in about in your head like a wasp in a jar, write it down. Give it a container. Your notebook, your task manager, post-it note, whatever. Email it to yourself. Your brain wants to know it won't be forgotten. I am queen of emailing things to myself. It's because I know that what is in my inbox gets done, right? Break it into a step. So don't just write presentation, write open PowerPoint presentation, draft 3 slides. Your brain will stop screaming quite so loudly when it knows what the next thing looks like really specifically. So not just, I have been learned to write on my list something really helpful like LinkedIn. What is that? Is not a task. That is a social media platform, right? So write a post for LinkedIn or comment on 3 posts on LinkedIn. That's a task, right? That's a specific task. Just LinkedIn on a piece of paper means nothing to anybody. So make it a next step, make it actionable, and use it as motivation. So once you know that your brain hates incompleteness, you can use that as a little mind hack. So start a tiny piece of a task, right? Just enough to get your synapses firing, and you might find the momentum to finish it. So my favourites, Cal Newport, Daniel Pink, both recommend a kind of close down process at the end of the day with this loop closing forming part of that, which stops your evening being interrupted by your brain, going, don't forget to do this, don't forget to do that. Newport even says that he allowed shutdown complete to tell his brain, and we're done for the day. And presumably he's downloaded all of crap he's got flying around in his brain before he says that. So I'm going to leave you with this. Your brain is not broken for fixating on unfinished stuff. In actual fact, it's doing what it's meant to. It's trying to resolve the unresolved. You just need to help it out by offloading those open tabs. So thank you for tuning in to this teeny tiny brainy breakdown. If you are in the middle of a task right now, go on, jot it down, write the next step, or close the tab. Future, you will be so delighted that you did. So thanks for listening. That's been Productivity Nerd.